Welcome to our podcast, Happy Household. We appreciate you listening in. Ben and I started this podcast to share some insights on what we have found successful and maybe what wasn't so successful. Our hope is that we can help each of you in some small way while getting to spend some quality time together. We feel the key to a successful relationship is trust and communication. Whether it be with friends, family, or significant others, open communication builds trust and creates a home that can become a happy household. Hi, honey.
Hey, sweet pea.
Hello, Moto. Trademarked by not me.
Right?
What are you doing?
I'm sitting here staring at your beauty.
You're gross.
Every time I compliment you, you have
I know I need to be better.
You're like, ew, gross. And you know what? Have a little confidence in yourself.
I know I need to be better.
You are amazing, and you are very beautiful.
Well, thank you. You're kind of handsome yourself.
Bullshit.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you could do with a little less ego.
Yeah, I blame it on the steroids.
I blame it on life. and you choosing to be that way.
Maybe.
That's what I blame it on.
Maybe not. So
I think it everything you and I have been through shapes who you are. So yes, that's what I'm saying. Life has taught you how to be okay with who you are, regardless of what anybody says. My cords are all wrapped up, and this is going to drive me nuts.
And if you can't make it, then you fake it till you make it. So here we are again. What's new?
Well, we have a big new.
We have a big new.
We have a big new for this week.
Yeah?
But we'll share that on another episode.
What, were you going to put everybody in suspense?
Yep.
That's not very nice.
Well, it's not because I'm trying to be mean. We have to figure out how we're going to communicate that.
Well, it's very simple.
So to communicate it.
It's very simple. So, for people that don't know, which is pretty much everybody, Amy and I had a date.
We went to see Kane Brown
yes.
and Mitchell Tenpenny, and I don't know who Ashley Cook is, but Ashley Cook.
That sounded bad.
I didn't mean to make it sound bad. I don't know who she is. She's a country artist.
She's an upcoming. Yeah, she's
upcoming.
New, as far as I know, I think I've heard one of her songs, but
I think it just now, I'm starting to hear it more on the radio now.
Right.
But I didn't know who she was, 2 days ago. 3 days ago.
3 days
but
ago.
We went on a date to the Kane Brown concert
Yep.
because our song is the one that he sings with his wife, Thank God.
Yep. That be the one.
So that's the whole reason we got the tickets, is because we wanted to hear that live.
Well, not only that, but he's a very amazing.
Music.
Yeah, I like almost every one of his songs.
And that's rare for us to like the same person that much. We really, both of us, enjoy his music. So shout out to Kane Brown. You're amazing.
Yep. And Caitlin Brown, because she's an amazing singer too.
Yes.
Even though she stiffed us on the show.
I know. I was so disappointed. I honestly, it's none of my business, but I hope everything was okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
The person I was sitting next to, actually, she had tickets for the Friday night show, and she liked it so much she got the last ticket last minute and came the second night in a row.
Really?
And she said that Caitlin was on Friday night. She was on stage.
Right.
So something had to have happened. And Kate was...
Yeah, he said that she was there. He was like, I don't know what happened.
So she just sang from the back. So hopefully everybody's okay. Everybody's happy, healthy. Nothing major happened. Maybe it was just the kids might have needed her, and commend her for being a great mom. And
I commend her for choosing that over the fact of, 25,000 screaming fans.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, fans don't have a lot of loyalty to people. To performers like that, as long as they perform and they do good music, then they're all about it until the next person comes along.
Yeah.
And then a lot of fans will say, "Well, they were great, and I loved them back then." But
but you do have a lot of fans that like there are fans that are like, make fun of me all you want, whatever. But I still, from the moment NSYNC came out, I'm a loyal fan. My best friend's still a loyal fan of Backstreet Boys. So, I often use this, like Taylor Swift fans. I don't get the hype about Taylor Swift. That's not my thing. Um, I hear she's great, cool, do your thing, but the hype on that type of fandom, I don't get because I don't see a celebrity, I just see a person.
Right.
Like, I don't care how much you make. I don't care if you're on TV. I don't care if you make movies. I don't care if you make music. Like, that doesn't, I see you as a person first. So when Caitlyn didn't come out, I was a little bummed because it was our song and we wanted to hear it and we wanted to hear it live. But my immediate reaction was something had to have happened that took precedence. And I commend her for putting what she needed or maybe her kids needed or her family needed above, being out there on stage.
Right.
And,
I think
commend, and I also commend Kane for like saying, she's here, something happened. Like, I hope everything's okay. Like, because even he didn't know. He's like, I have no idea what's going on. And I could hear in his voice a little bit like, I hope everything's okay. But he kept on with the show because he's like, I'm the main dude here.
Right.
But
he has the respect and the confidence knowing that
they're a partnership.
That she can handle it. And if there's something that she can't handle, then they will let him know, and then that'll be a whole different subject. But I think that
I don't know. It was a great show overall. Yeah. Kane did a great job. I enjoyed the rest of the show. Like I said, I didn't really know who Ashley Cook was, and I still don't really know who she is. So for me, it was okay, but like I couldn't really enjoy it because I didn't know any of the songs. And I don't feel like she worked the stage real well. Like, she walked around maybe once.
She walked around a few times, but she's probably very new.
She's newer, so yeah, she
don't have that experience, the stage experience.
But Mitchell Tenpenny, you didn't like, but
I don't really care for him too much.
I like a couple of his songs, and I think he did a real good job. He worked the stage really well. He was really interactive with the audience, and then Kane Brown came out, and I thought it was overall a great show. I felt like for what we paid. We were second row, so we got to be in the midst of it. And long story, off-winded there. Back to the original thing that we were going to announce. We had a major, I wouldn't say a major because it's not really going to change any of our like day to day. I'm sure some of you have already figured out what we're about to tell you. But during the song of Thank God, Kane Brown, he was like maybe
12 to 15 feet.
He was closer than that. He was closer than that. He was between
12 to 15 feet. And it's farther than you think.
Okay. Well, he was within, like, you could reach your hand out if you stepped. Anyway. So he was singing the last line, Thank God for giving me you. And we were singing it to one another. And I happened to glance at the stage to kind of see where everything was to make sure the video was okay. And because I wanted to record it. And I turned back around, and this nincompoodle butt.
That's me, the nincompoodle butt.
Was standing there with a ring.
Engagement ring. Yep.
Yes.
So, yes, we did take that step this weekend. And
I didn't know how to react, because I wasn't expecting it, because I told him, don't do it in a public place.
So, why not? That was a perfect place to do it, right?
So, he definitely surprised me.
So, it's a surprise.
Yes. So,
yep.
Of course I said yes.
Yep.
So, we are officially engaged.
Yep.
We are no, we don't know the date. No, we have nothing planned. No, that's not the front of our mind right now. We have a couple health things, family-wise, that we've got to get taken care of first. We've got other financial things that are taking precedence. We know we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. It's great that we're engaged and very happy that I have a ring that shows that. But we're not. We're going to enjoy just being engaged and kind of continuing to live our life together. And when it happens, the Lord will provide the right time for it to happen, and everything will fall into place.
When everything falls into place, that's when the rubber meets the roads, when everything falls into place.
Yeah. So we had a kind of a big weekend this weekend.
Yep.
He surprised me, and he rarely does that.
Sometimes not for the better.
Well, this one was definitely for the better, but
well, for every failure I do, I have to do one better just to erase the failure.
No. But so otherwise, we're doing really good. We still don't have any answers on kind of what's going on health-wise with me.
No.
So we're gonna get hopefully some of those answers tomorrow.
Yep.
But we also just heard from your mom that she ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, I think she went to the ER for similar things to what you have, but hers been going on for a while. So
yeah.
But everything's all right there too, and So, and it just goes to show that when you think you have everything all figured out, everything's set up, ready to go, you have a plan for everything, life says, ha 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 ha, I am now going to make things disappear. And it throws a wrench in everything. But your happiness will help you transition from one situation to the other. And not only that, but the people you have around you in your life that help you through day to day and to help you with that happiness will be able to focus and redirect decisions and choices that you make to continue to be happy.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that when we say a happy household doesn't necessarily entail people that live directly inside the four walls that you're in.
Well, that, but also happiness includes bumps in the road.
Yeah.
Happiness includes those potholes that you don't see coming.
Right.
Because those are the times that you build that foundation together. You build the trust, you build the communication that incorporates the happiness into the household, because for any type of relationship to work, there has to be some level of trust. There has to be some level of communication.
And there has to be a level of respect.
Yeah. So that's just kind of our philosophy. When we say happy household, we mean we work at it every day, every moment of every day. We are consciously working at it, whether it's to better ourselves, or I know he and I actually had a conversation with our kids about the way that they speak to one another. You may be saying something that's very valid, but your tone of voice can make it mean something else. So be very mindful of how you are speaking to someone else, and be mindful of how they need to be spoken to.
Right.
Not because you have to bend or wave or anything like that for somebody else, but because if you want to be heard, you have to understand your audience.
Right.
If
you have to respect your audience.
Yeah, every one of you is different. Every one of you needs something different. That's how God designed you to be, and that's amazing, because there's no other you in the world. But that means that you have to evolve and grow and learn how others are perceiving you. So if that means that you have to be very strategic with certain people about what you say and how you say it, then you have to be strategic and mindful about how you do that. If there's other people you can be lazy with, like you and I, we have a communication level where you can tell by my tone of voice what's about to come out my mouth.
Yeah.
You have an understanding if
how fast and how far I got to run. Oh, shit, she's heading for the kitchen. Here comes the saucepan. Gotta go.
No, more likely here comes the ice cream.
Oh no, that would rather take the saucepan.
Lactose intolerant, love it.
Ooh, buddy.
But that's what I mean about when we talk about a happy household. We know that, I'm a very firm believer that the enemy is here to still kill and destroy anything that the Lord has in his sights. The Lord has a plan. You trust the plan. You trust the Lord. No matter if it's, sunshiny and the most beautiful day you've ever seen, on the most beautiful place in the world that you've ever seen, but also praising him in the dark and dusty and nastiest place you can imagine.
The dark, dim, cold, rainy Alaskan
unforgiving.
weather.
Unforgiving,
Alaskan tundra.
Yeah. So we do a lot of talking with our kids, and I'm sure that a lot of them are like, gosh, you guys are long-winded. Why do you keep talking to us?
Oh, I know they do, because my parents...
we thought the same thing about our parents.
I was like, just get it over with.
Yeah, but we also have a couple different... or we actually have an additional new thing coming up. My mom's going to be retiring from work here shortly, probably in the next, I'd say, 3 to 6 months. Yep. She's looking to sell her house.
If everything works out right.
Yep. Downsize so that when she goes into retirement, she doesn't have this huge house payment. So we have a lot of changes coming our way. You still have to get your hip surgery done. Yep. We have a big trip to Texas coming up, which I'm so excited to go to Texas and see my sister.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be, you guys will see little photos and Johnson stuff like that on our podcast page.
Yep. Which we need to be better about updating that too. But as we do stuff as a family and together, we're going to try to show you the stuff of what we do to enjoy each other.
Yeah, you guys are going to start seeing, we're very particular. And one of the reasons we haven't done it this far is both of us are very particular about what we put on social media when it
Right.
comes to our children.
Yes.
Because my ex-husband is a cop. So he sees the worst of the worst of the worst. And even the potential that they could have access or look at photos of my kids to use for inappropriate things, that doesn't sit well with me. But they are getting to the ages now where I've let them decide, especially my older two. But I'm trying to we're trying to teach them how to utilize social media and be mindful of, like, if you're laying down in bed in a provocative pose, you may just see you're laying in bed, but that's not how somebody else is going to see it. So we haven't posted much because of that, but
we're still trying to figure out how we want to set that standard.
Yeah.
We are trying, and the other problem is I am not very photogenic. I don't.
Lies, people.
I don't.
Lies.
No, let me explain. I don't necessarily.
You don't like being photographed.
Okay, well, maybe I'm using the wrong terminology. I don't necessarily think as the camera like, oh, I should be taking pictures of this.
Yeah, we're both like that.
I'm like, dude, I'm having fun playing in the mud, or I'm having fun doing that. The last thing I think about is my phone.
Yep. We are very, we love technology for what it can, for the benefits, but we love to live without it. We are very off
grid.
Yes. As much as we can be. When we're having fun, we're making memories. We're not thinking about taking photos. And then at the end of it, we're like, we should have really taken a photo of that.
Yeah. Like not too long ago, we went, and I know we had talked about it on here. We had actually gone to Bundy Hill with my daughter and her boyfriend. And
specifically told ourselves we were going to take more photos, and guess what we didn't do?
No, we didn't. And on the way home, I was like, son of a bitch. We were supposed to take photos.
Yep. You looked over at me and you're like, guess what we forgot to do? I was like, whoops.
Well, so it's we're trying to get better about this. We've only been doing this a few months. So we're trying to get better about that. And like Amy said, we are not necessarily technological family. We do enjoy spending time with each other without the technology.
But boy, if you could see the reels in our head, guys, there's some reels in there.
Yep. Since this is a whole new adventure for us, we're trying to get better at that. It has to become a habit, and it's not necessarily just a habit yet, but we're trying to do better and trying to make a spot where we can show everybody how we enjoy each other. As an example, because sometimes people don't necessarily know how to do that. And if we can help by showing people how we do it, then I feel better about myself. And this whole adventure definitely has a purpose.
Yeah. So we are trying. It's not that we're trying to withhold sharing our lives with you guys. We're just bad at it. We're learning and we're growing. And, some of my fondest memories are not with phones in hand. Honestly, Kate and I getting down and dirty in the mud and watching her and her boyfriend just meld well together. It was really cool to see him be as adventurous as she was. And I was like, well, that's a good match. That's
right. Oh, yeah.
Because, sometimes I get more timid now because of the recovery time, not because I'm not stupid in the head, but I messed up my back a long time ago. Part of it was from kids, but part of it's just from off-roading my whole life. But to see Kate thrive with Spencer was really, really cool. And I just got caught up in the moment watching it happen and watching them interact with each other. And
those kind of moments can't be caught on film.
No, but it would have been nice to get a video of him getting stuck and like trying to wiggle my God.
Yeah, his whole 50-pound rear end.
He's like a baby 100 pounds soaking wet. This dude's so small.
He's a tiny little guy. He's cool as crap. Don't get me wrong, Spencer, you rock. But you do not have enough lead in your ass to be able to throw a 50-pound quad around.
You need a few more steaks.
Yeah, the mud on the machine weighed more than you did. It was funny.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So you guys will start to see a little bit more of the personal side of the podcast, hopefully. And we're happy to have like any of you guys share your stories, your pictures, whatever you guys are willing and wanting to share. We love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear your feedback, what you're looking for. Either way, we really enjoyed the time with Spencer and Kate. And so you guys might start seeing a little bit more photos of.
Yeah, we just got to get better about it. That's all.
Yeah.
And
we're trying.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the listeners. for sure. And the views and the likes.
Yep.
We do monitor that to make sure we're putting out good content
Yep.
that you guys enjoy.
Yeah, and it's very helpful to us to make this whole experience better for not just us but for everybody else. Is if we had a little input. We appreciate all the input that we've had.
What you guys like, what you guys don't like.
Yep. Topics that maybe you have had that you can't quite figure out, or things that you within your household that you have found that works really well, or any questions or thoughts that, if you want to pick our brains with something,
Feel free.
yeah, please feel free to do just that. Send us that email, send us that text, send us that that comment. You can do all of that on Facebook and YouTube at
Happy Household Podcast.
I almost said pick up the daily grind.
Well, with that said, we're going to jump right into our quiz for the week. Short, sweet one. It'll be kind of interesting because it's an either or. The name of it, and again, these quizzes are from the 101 Quizzes for Couples by Natasha Burton. The quiz title is Who Comes Out on Top in These Hypothetical Situations? So it's an either or. You can't say, well, it's either you or me. Win a spontaneous karaoke contest. Notice the silence.
Okay, start over. Put my ego in check.
No, you better leave that in there. Okay, so who comes out on top in these hypothetical situations? Number 1, win a spontaneous karaoke contest.
You.
I would agree with that one. While you sing beautifully, honey, I don't think that you would.
Bullshit.
He does. He sings nice, guys. He just doesn't sing in front of people. Number 2, get hit on the most at singles events. You. All you.
I've never been to a singles event.
Life is a singles event.
This is a hypothetical, theoretic. Okay, yeah.
Hypothetical or not, you.
Okay.
You're more outgoing. People come up to you more often than they come to.
I've been hit on a few. I've been hit on by women and by men. So I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not.
Number 3, dominate in Trivial Pursuit.
Hail to the no.
You know more than I do.
No, when it comes to trivial stuff, you done take the cake on that one.
Okay, I'll give you for
Trivial Pursuit. Read it again, right?
Trivial Pursuit.
Okay, that means you.
Trivia. You're really good at trivia. We both are, but I
No, it's you.
Okay, we'll go with you. So
No. You.
Okay, we'll go with you.
Whatever.
Okay, number 4. Make it to the top of the hike first. You.
I got bad hips.
I can't breathe going up our own steps. I can.
Well, and if it has anything to do with heights, you'd be like, oh, hail to the no.
If I'm in the mountains, it's okay. But I'm more concerned, am I actually going to make it to the top of the hike? Because I do have to take a lot of breaks, which is really, really frustrating. But
you know what? We could stop and smell the roses while we're doing it.
Yep. Number 5, bring down the house at a comedy club's opening mic night. You completely.
Hands in the air.
This man is
Mic
one
drop.
of the funniest people I have ever met in my life. And I know I'm biased in that, but he really is. Everybody finds him very funny. My brother even laughs at his jokes, which is really almost impossible to make him do. Number 6, get a better score on cartwheel technique in a gymnastics competition.
You didn't have to finish that one. When it comes to cartwheels, you might as well forget that shit. That's all you, baby.
Former cheerleader, I would say me. Number 7, create an artistic masterpiece.
I don't know. That would be a tough one.
Drawing you, painting me.
Yeah, because I never have the patience to, after I draw it, I don't want to paint it.
Yeah, we're both equal on that, I would say. But we do have to pick an either or. So create an artistic masterpiece. Does organization count? Because then I'd say me.
Yeah, but it depends on what
it's artistic. It's by color. Have you seen my calendar?
What I'm getting at, it depends on the medium that you're using.
Are
you using wood?
Trivial Pursuit.
Okay, fine, you.
We're both equally equal at that.
We would almost have to sit down and have a competition with that one to prove that one, because I don't know.
If it were strictly drawing, I would say you in a heartbeat. But artistic can be taken so many different ways. Yep. You draw it, I add accents and paint it.
Right.
So that's why we're so good together, because we accent each other well.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know, that one is an either.
How about we have to pick one? How about us?
I like it. Us. That's an us. Good job, honey.
High five.
High five. All right, number 8. Well, then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to say us for Trivial Pursuit, because there's things that you know. Like if I have to do trivia for cars, I ain't going to know crap. Well, I shouldn't say it. I'm not going to know crap. I do know a few things, but not like you do. Anyway, number 8. Become a professional eater.
We might have to flip a quarter on that one.
Us.
Okay.
9. Win a drinking contest. Neither.
You.
That'll be me before it'll be him, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't drink often.
No, and when we do, I probably, what little we do drink, I could probably, men usually have a better processing of alcohol than women.
Yeah, because we get all the calories and you get all the fun. I don't know on that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I enjoy it more than you do, so I would be more likely to do it. So I guess I could say me on that.
Yeah, we'll give that one to you.
Great. I'm a drunken artist.
Yes.
Who knows trivia?
Hey, sometimes that's the best ones to have.
Are you starting to see a pattern here? Karaoke contest, trivia pursuits.
And you say I'm the one that's the most outgoing. Well, how does that fit?
Yeah, well. Number 10. Win a tightrope competition. Not me.
Not me. I got the balance of an elephant.
You and your 2 bad hips.
Yeah. I can handle the height.
I can't handle that height. There ain't no way I'm getting up there. I'm crawling like a freaking infant or like a chimpanzee hanging from the bottom side.
Well, that's the way I would do it.
If I had to pick one, probably me over you, just because of your hips. Number 11. Solve the New York Times Sunday crossword first.
You.
Me. I do those anyway.
Right.
Number 12. Become a Broadway star.
Golly.
Us. I'm going to say us, because if you have acting ability.
I have acting ability, and I would do better in a larger group. But you do so much better because you have the training for meetings and stuff. You know how to work a room.
Yeah, but that's not a Broadway star. Is you're on stage singing and performing, and I'm not about that life. But if we had to choose, I probably would say me, because I would be more dedicated to the musical piece of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Number 13 and final question.
Ba-ba-da-da.
Oh geez, I don't want to ask this one. I really don't want to ask this one, because I know where your brain's gonna go.
I see it. I'll read it.
Win an amateur stripping contest.
Oh, you all day long.
Am I considered an amateur if I've been doing it for 3 years with you?
Hey, I'm about broke. You rich as hell, but I'm about broke. I ran out of dollars last year.
No, all your dollars is on my finger.
That covers me for the next, 2 or 3 years worth of stripping.
I just had a really funny thought that popped in my head.
Yeah?
Instead of keep asking me to take it off, you put it on.
Yeah.
What's my stripper name, honey? I would never do a stripping contest, so I'm going to say not me, because first of all, what I have is for his eyes only. So I know they're hypothetical situations, but even in a hypothetical situation, I would not be about that life. I'm not confident enough.
Me either.
At all.
I have a hard time doing my clothes on, let alone my clothes off.
Like if you're asking me to do strip and paint, hey, we'll both win that one. But clothing, absolutely not.
Yeah, you'd probably win
neither.
Win the paint one too, because I don't have the patience for strip and paint.
No, you don't. Check our table out.
Ouch.
It looks like dragon scales. I like it.
That wasn't because of that. That was because it was too damn cold when I sprayed the clear coat.
I understand that, but we were using... Never mind. We're not airing this on the podcast.
No.
That's neither here nor there. So if you're talking about paint stripping, I'm game.
Yep.
But,
win.
Any other kind of stripping, no thank you.
No, not me either. So, well, I guess with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up right there. And like I said, I didn't get to say it earlier, but if you have any of that stuff that you want to send us, You can do that at happyhouseholdpodcast@gmail.com. Yep, and we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Audible, and there's a few other ones there that I don't know. We're on RSS and some other oddball ones, but you can hear us on all those platforms. All you have to do is search for us.
And we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us and
comment, like,
support us in this new
share.
venture we got. Yep.
Yep.
And with that, we hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk at you next week.
Enjoy that family, people.
Bye.
Bye.